tapped me to be his St. Thomas Ward Island administrator. And during that time period, Peter, I saw the need for growing, and not just growing as in age, but growing as maturity and growing in the political realm as well. And that's what prepared me for this role here as a senator today, because I looked at the job description and I made sure I checked off each box before I crossed that road. And here I am, Senator Avery Lewis, and I'm asking for another term. The first year, to be honest with you, Peter, I'll tell anybody. A lot of times we look at this job and we say, well, it's an easy job and all you have to do is run in and do it. But looking from across the street and actually getting in is two different things. Two different things, you know. But when you get in there, you must have a game plan. You have to be ready, and that's what I did. I hit the ground running with a game plan. I have two great staffers in there right now. Mr. Lastar Watley, my office manager, Ms. Jekyll Michael, my outreach coordinator. Two excellent ladies in there, keeping it together. You wouldn't believe. You think it's a office of 20 people, but it's an office of 3. And those ladies work. And I know they're listening right now, so I'll say good morning to them. Good morning to them, and good day to them as well. But Peter, you just fire away, and we're good to go.
What committees are you on?
Thank you for asking that question. I'm the chairman of Government Operation, Veterans Affairs. I'm the co-chair of Education and Workforce Development. I also serve on Rules and Judiciary. I am Youth, Aging, and Culture, and Homeland Security as well. Homeland Security and Justice. And, everybody's part of Committee of the Whole and session.
Okay. Let's talk about, a couple things going through my mind as I speak.
Fire away.
As a former educator, let's talk about youth crimes.
Yeah. Well,
And again, you've been in touch with young people. You know how they think.
yeah.
You know what they're going through, family life, school life, that type of stuff. What adjustments do we, as adults, as government, need to make to assist solve that problem?
Well, first thing, Peter, we have to stop thinking that every household is run the same way, and it's a one size fit all kind of solution, problem and solution. One of the things is, even as an educator, I think that we really need to have a lot in schools, have a lot more life skills training. Letting children know we're gonna meet some tough times, we're gonna meet some hard times, but giving them opportunities and showing them ways on how to navigate from those tough times and those hard times. Because Peter, this world, it's just evolving, and we have to get our children a little more exposure as well too. We have to get a lot of them from behind those computers and those games and bring them out here, bring them on the ball field, bring them on the tennis courts, bring them out there so we could see what's going on, Peter. But we have to be honest with them. And we really have to do a lot better now. One of the things I was telling my staff that, and I tell the public too, if we educate heavily, then we will be able to break that pipeline to violence. We'll be able to break that pipeline to prison. That's my stance. I believe you educate somebody, they have the knowledge to do better. They have the fortitude to make sure they do the right things, make the right choices. Oftentimes we allow children to make decisions on their own. Sometimes we have to take the bull by the hand and make those tough decisions as parents. There's a word called parenting, and we have to do that. We're not the friends, we're the parent. And when we make those decisions and offer our children the guidance, the structure, I think we'll be in a better place.
What's one thing you promised yourself, hey, if I'm successful, which you was the first term, this is what I'm going to do, and you accomplished it?
Well, one of the things that I said to myself, and this I'm going to start light, and I have 2 that I really said that I'm going to do. I'm going to start light. One of the things is, I said, this place is entirely too dark. Our streets. And I was able to put forward a bill to fix the street lighting from UVA to Rappoon Hill. That's accomplished. That's already law. That's already signed into the books. Now, getting WAPA in gear is another part, another challenge. But I know the lights are ordered. They had to buy some new bucket trucks. We even sponsored I even helped sponsor other legislation to not just repair lights in UVI to Rappoon Hill, but throughout the whole territory as well. So my bill was 300,000. The other bill was $4 million. So those are already in the books. Um, any day now we're gonna be seeing street lighting being repaired, God's willing. Another one, Peter, that was close and dear to my heart was children with disabilities. I was able to pass a bill. Um, let me tell you the bill number so we could be accurate. Bill number 36-0207, Act number 1998, where children with diagnosed disabilities, parents now have 4 hours paid leave of every month to carry those children to a medical appointment. Um, you know, whether it's speech, whatever it is, a medical appointment, even having there for emergencies as well. There's 4 hours for children with disabilities. Peter does think about carrying a regular child to the doctor, how challenging that would be something to carry a child with disability, man. You know, and one of the things I'm going to continue rooting for is those children out there, whether children or young adults with disabilities, because they need to be having a voice out there in this community. So I pride myself on being the one to be the advocate for those individuals, not just for them, but for our vulnerable population, our seniors as well. And yeah, so that's 2.
Okay, great. Now, you know, one of the funny thing about politics, people hear that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but they don't understand. It takes 9 months for a baby to born.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes a workforce of trained people. We seem to have a problem with the workforce here in the Virgin Islands. What would your suggestion be to increase the workforce with what we have?
Well, I'm glad you bring that up, Mr. Peter. Right now, I have a bill right now on the table, and it's to bring a technical college here. And it's not to bring a technical college from away. No. It's utilizing the resources we have here already in the Virgin Islands. Our 2 skill centers, one is CTEC in St. Croix, and our skills, the Raphael Whitley Skills Center here. Peter, we have the talent right here. Our children are talented. Our children, you know what children need? Opportunities. Some just don't want to go away. But if when they leave high school, Peter, they could leave with a certificate and enter into the workforce. That we don't have to bring everybody from away to fix our problems here. We have solved a big problem. You know, we're teaching them to be entrepreneurs, be their own boss, count their own money. Not in saying that they can't go to college afterward, but at least they have that skill. Marine welding, nursing, you know, the technical stuff, all this technology around us. You know, Peter, one of the things I tell you, when I was working for education, we had some issues with a particular equipment. I think it was copier. And all kind of people came from Puerto Rico to fix it. Right? And they keep coming and they keep coming and they keep billing and they keep billing. Why somebody here can't fix it? Why somebody here can't? Why our children here can't be the technician to handle an issue? Peter, if there's a problem in Puerto Rico and you have to go fix it, they're going to say, Peter, come in. We only come in one time. Because before you leave, you're going to train a Puerto Rican how to fix it because you ain't coming back. And I want our children to be that number one, leading in our workforce development, right? Another thing I've been doing, I've been working closely with labor as well. When I got in, Peter, I'm not on budget and appropriations, but they allow me to be there because I attend all the meetings. And if you want to know where the money is, you have to attend the meetings. If you want to understand what's going on, you have to be involved. And that's what I did. I make myself involved in everything in the legislature. I don't want nobody tell me nothing. I want to know for myself. So I've been attending the meetings. And when we had our budget markup, The year before, we hired 700 and something students for workforce development, summer development, labor work. And I said, well, why we don't add some more monies that we could hire 1,000 children the following year, and 1,000 children plus was working this year. When you look at the page of Bureau School Construction and Maintenance page, you see our students out there, Peter, painting buildings, fixing toilets, repairing stalls, putting up wood, cutting wood, pressure washing, doing all kind of thing, roof repairs. You know what I'm teaching them? School pride. They're teaching them a skill. You know, nobody got come to their mother household, hang no door no more. They understand what to do. And that's what we have to do, provide opportunities and give them a chance. We can't continue saying, oh, they ain't ready. Give them a chance. They're ready.
I have an idea. Along with, again, saving our children.
Yes.
Even, I just, I just tell myself, it's funny how our young people, especially the guys,
Yes.
imagine did a dress up,
Mm-hmm.
sharp up,
Yeah.
to go jail, Serious?
I didn't look at it that way.
Look at it this way. Let me show you how.
Yes.
They don't listen to the radio, and nobody ain't telling them. Guess what? If you go out there driving with a tin gas,
Mhm.
if you ain't have on the right plates, and if you're smoking, or if you got a gun in your car, you go in jail. Period. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So my thing is, because we're not educating the children, telling them, look, no, you can't be stupid. If you think you're going to jail, make sure you call your mother and father and tell them, I go in jail today, no. But
that's one of the things, Peter. That's why we have to educate them.
Talking about the jail thing,
Yeah.
when I also think about the petty crimes that a lot of youths are in there for, even people. There's serious crimes, there's other crimes but I'm thinking of persons who are in there who have children and need to pay child support. I think that's where the workforce should come from. And if I were a judge, I'd have said to a young man, you come in there, what are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Did you finish school? Yes? No? Well, great. I stop in 9, 10. Guess what? Your sentence is
You gotta go back to finish school.
graduation. But right in here, we're going to bring in the teachers.
Mhm.
We're going to bring in whatever. You could waste as much time as you want, but you ain't getting out till you finish. So you could do a year, or you could do 10 years. That's at you.
Yeah.
But and the point is, if you have a job, then you have an income. Then there's no excuse not to support your family. So guess what? I'll do your lockup. A portion go to you, and a portion go to pay for them children out there. Hello. If they got to start any program, it's always a money thing.
Mhm.
And parents have to do their part. I rest my case.
Well, good idea. I know idea is a stupid idea like that, but it's how we could get it worked in. But I do think that when you're incarcerated, your life doesn't end. You should be able to continue to educate yourself and be able to rehabilitate yourself. So when you come out, we could stop this recidivism. So we'd be able to, so you could be able to fit in the community when you come out and not just be an object taking up space. You'd be able to contribute. Jail should only be for a one-time thing because you're supposed to learn your lesson. That's how I feel about it. So while you're in there, and I know there are programs, but it should be mandatory programs as well. Based on what you're saying, there should be a mandatory.
Mandatory.
So
along with counseling.
yes.
Yes.
All the wraparound
It's a
services
it's a
that
combination of
goes
things.
with it. But you are correct, and education is paramount to me.
Let me say, if you had to, it's just me. If you had to be critical of, say, two departments, as far as production, what would it be?
Hmm. Well, two of them that I would say that would be real critical that I think could use some help to getting the messaging out there and providing services out there. I would say human services is one, and that's based on a lot of things going on around here. Public works is another one, right? My opinion.
Okay. That's fair. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
that,
I mean, because
but
I'll tell you this. Let me tell you why I said what I said, because I could defend what I say. Is that there's a lot of programs going on in human services and the community just don't know about it. And how we know about these programs is that unless something happened to you and you happen to call and find out. So at some point in time, we will have to create something like a directory or some kind of dashboard or something to put out there so people can know the services that we have in the community. Um, Public works, I think we need to, they need more funding to do a lot more things out there to harden the infrastructure out there. But with public works, an uphill battle because you fix one thing, something else go. Um, you know, we look right now, we got a Conquering Bridge ever creating a problem. I put in a bill right now to just take it down, take it outlist, or you have outlive its usefulness. And that's another thing. If you're a legislator and you want something done, legislate it. Don't just keep talking about it. Legislate it.
is the money there to do it?
We're gonna find it. We're gonna find it. You gotta be creative, Peter. You gotta be creative.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Awesome. Um, what you want to share that's important to you as you look forward, moving forward, that our listeners need to hear from you about?
Well, before we get to that, right, Peter, I'd just like to indicate some of the stuff that I've been doing so the community could know the type of work I've been putting in and that just going there and taking up a seat, right? Allow me to do that. Um, right now, we have some issues in the eastern end of St. Thomas when you pass the Fort Milliner. The property owners have closed a little shortcut where we used to go through Fort Milliner, so traffic is very horrendous. But we had something on the books, but we just didn't have the funding. So I appropriated $2 million to fix the Leonardo Trotman Drive. To complete that drive, we're going to take you from Iwa up to the library, into the mall, and so forth. So I'm going to alleviate that problem so traffic will flow a little smoother in the country. That's Act 1968. Everything I'm telling you about, Peter, is law. Money is there. There's nothing we're going to look for or nothing. It's there, appropriated, allocated, ready to go. I told you already about the 4 hours a month for the children with diagnosed disabilities. There's a parcel of land when you turn there by Charlotte Amali High School, who used to belong to HFA. I did it over to, transferred it over to Property and Procurement by way of education for Charlotte Amali to expand the campus. If we're serious about education, we gotta be serious about it. Charlotte Amali is growing and they need room to do different things. So right now we're going to use it for a whole dung yard, but it's going to be expanded for part of the campus so we could do other things about to expand. You know, my vision is maybe even some of the technical college what I'm talking about to expand so we could have opportunities for our students, right? That's already in law, Act 9103, signed by Governor Bryan. Um, we had earlier this year we had the bond financing deal with the Westin, which were formerly Frenchman Reef. And after those bonds are paid off, it's going to revert back to the government of the Virgin Islands. So I said, well, why revert back to the government of the Virgin Islands? And we have a GRS system out here failing, are going to nearly going to insolvent again. My bill, Act 9101, the hotel will revert back to the government employees retirement system instead of the government of the Virgin Islands. So the hotel in 30 years or sooner, if the bonds are paid off, will be property of the GRS. And if it's sold, 75% of it will go to the GRS, and the next 25% will go to our healthcare our government hospitals and our health facilities. So they'll split the money between them. Those are the kind of things, decisions I'm making, Peter, to stop insolvency for the people of the Virgin Islands. Peter, I don't care what what a lot of people walk around here don't understand the criticalness of our employee government retiree system. If that's to go belly up, it'll be bedlam in this place. And I just be honest with you, that's the only way, you know. Our EDC companies, not it ain't happened too much, but there was a loophole in there where they were filing their tax refunds. They were filing all the benefits we gave them. They were still able at the end of the year to file a tax refund, income tax refund, and they were getting it. And so I said, well, for all the benefits you're getting, you're paying grocery receipts, you're paying all the whole column of tax breaks you're getting. So we say, man, we have to offset your tax refunds. So we close a loophole because one person alone will getting over 40 million in tax refunds, one EDC beneficiary. So I take away from the little man here getting his tax refund because we got to pay out this big man one shot 40 million, right? So we close a loophole. Act 9108. People who wants to, there's our financial options. I brought another financial option here called CPACE, which is a Commercial Property Assessed Clean Energy Act. That's a financing option. You have a commercial property or so forth. You want to develop your commercial. We have a financing. You and a private developer will work it out. But we just have to put it in law that we could have an option here. You don't have to take it in. You could go to the traditional banks or whatever. But based on the program, we have a property assessing. Peter, sometimes you go around town, you see all kind of people out there say they're doing security work and so forth in businesses, and you're looking at them and you're saying, well, you're wondering to yourself. So what I did was brought a lethal weapon training bill, and it mandates specialized lethal weapon training for private security guards and investigators, establishing clear standards for certification and oversight to enhance public safety and protect citizens' rights. So if you want to become a security guard, you got to do a little abbreviated course with your IPD to, with your gun, your taser, your baton, your mace, all of that stuff, and understand a little bit about VA law, conflict resolution, how to de-escalate things before you escalate. I ain't say you're doing the whole 6 months police course, but abbreviated course and you have your certificate, and so forth. We had $5 million sitting, and it was supposed to be a catch that if the AGL had complete X amount of things on the St. Croix horse track, they would have get this $5 million to complete. But VIGL reneged on everything. VIGL never delivered for the Virgin Islands. That's why we have a horse racing bill out before us tomorrow in special session. So that $5 million, what I did was reprogram it to the rightful owner, which is Sport Park and Recreation. So that's going to help fix the running surface in St. Croix, Randall, Dock James Racetrack. Whatever the $5 million could do, the running surface, the paddock area, and so forth, to try to jumpstart and revive horse racing in St. Croix. That's what the intended use, and that's what we put in it too. Sand have already coming in. Work have already begun. Senator Avery Lewis, $5 million. People will be talking about honoring and all kind of thing. Peter, only one person to honor. Only one street to name. The Holby Road in honor late Senator Lorraine Elberry. So it's now named the Lorraine Elberry Drive. And that's it. And then we, earlier we have the permanency of the rum cover over. And a Republican senator is who helped us, Senator Mike Crapo. Let us give a resolution to honor him for the help you have done. We were under all kind of Democratic president, Democratic House, Democratic Congress, and we never got anything done. But now we have a Republican team, a Republican senator. We honor Senator Mike Crapo. A resolution was to honor him. Then we had some boards and commissions that were out of line. So we had to fix them. You know, with all these car accidents out there, Peter, and in the States they have this point system, and we're adopting that here, right here in the Virgin Island, a point system. Uh, but in my next, I ain't stopped working, Peter. That's the first thing. But on the table right now, I have a couple things. I want to put Mitchell Motel, the old Mitchell Motel, out an RFP to be torn down, uh, eradicated, take out that neighborhood. So that's coming up soon. Um, we have some bills in with the Enterprise Zone Commission to expand it, do some work with that. This is commercial driver's license, the CDL license. I want to be able to bring that here to the Virgin Islands, give these guys some more opportunities, um, you know, to be certified and so forth. So that's some of the things on the horizon.
Great, 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 great. Well, I want to congratulate you,
Thank you.
on hey, making it happen.
Yeah.
Making it happen. And as a freshman senator, hey,
Yeah.
I see you're busy enough to say, well, at least he walk in.
Yeah. And just to do, and Peter, there's my job don't just stop with a decision. I have my team and we have a workforce development initiative running through my office. So what we do, Peter, we make field trips, and we go to the high schools, the junior high schools, and we carry students to different businesses and so forth. So we've carried them to WAPA, we've carried them to um, Universal Concrete down here in Subbase, so they could see the inner workings of our concrete plant working. You think it's just driving a truck? No. See the mixture, how it's going on, how the density of the concrete, the slump, all of that. See what else products this entity is making. Carry them to WAPA. They saw the water side, they saw the electrical side, they saw the everything. Go to WAPA, bad WAPA. It's a plan, and the kids them have opportunities. Some of them were so fascinated that they know all these things used to go on in a power plant. We carried some to Banco Popular, over 40, between 40 to 50 students. And this isn't just public schools, public and private schools. That's how I believe it should be. We have to open the opportunities for all, not a selective few. So they had the financial backing there. We carry them on the cruise ships, different cruise ships, Wonders of the Seas, all of them used to come in here. This senator were able to get them on, thanks to Jobo Shelty, a former director, Anthony Atley. This senator here were able to get them on those cruise ships because there's work not only on the ship alone, but there's work off the ship alone. They have to learn the marine side. That's what I could tell you about marine welding, the harbor pilots and so forth. Those are careers around here our people need to be looking into. We're surrounded by water. You can tell me some of China don't know how to swim?
Hey,
We're
coming right back to you
good.
After this.
Hey, Virgin Islands. This is Senator Avery L. Lewis, number 6 on the Democratic primary election ballot, asking for one of your precious votes on August 1st. Over the last 2 years, I've been putting in the work, not just talking about it. Together, we secured $2 million to complete the Leonardo Trotman Drive expansion project, helping to improve traffic flow and strengthen our infrastructure. I sponsored legislation that provides parents and guardians of children with disabilities up to 4 hours of paid leave each month to attend medical appointments and provide the care that children deserve. I've continued fighting for better roads, improved street lighting, safer communities, and greater opportunities for our people. The work is not done, but with your support, we can continue moving the Virgin Islands forward. So when you head to the polls for the Democratic primary on August 1st, remember, number 6 on the ballot, Senator Avery L. Lewis. Let Lewis lead. I'm Senator Avery L. Lewis, and I humbly ask you for your vote and your support.
Paid for by the committee to elect Senator Avery L. Lewis.
Hey, Virgin Islands. This is Senator Avery L. Lewis, number 6 on the Democratic primary election ballot, asking for one of your precious votes on August 1st. Over the last 2 years, I've been putting in the work, not just talking about it. I sponsored legislation transferring a parcel of land to the Department of Education to allow for the expansion of Charlotte Amalia High School, investing in the future of our students and our community. And I'm continuing the push to establish a technical college because our young people deserve pathways to good paying careers right here at home. I've continued fighting for better roads, improved street lighting, safer communities, and greater opportunities for our people. The work is not done, but with your support, we can continue moving the Virgin Islands forward. So when you head to the polls for the Democratic primary on August 1st, remember, number 6 on the ballot, Senator Avery L. Lewis. Let Lewis lead. I'm Senator Avery L. Lewis, and I humbly ask you for your vote and your support.
Paid for by the committee to elect Senator Avery L. Lewis.
Good day, Virgin Islands. I am Senator Avery L. Lewis, number 6 on your primary ballot. When I asked for your support, I made one promise. I wasn't coming to the legislature just to occupy a seat. I came to make a difference, and that's exactly what I've been doing. As long as I have the privilege of serving you, I promise that I will continue listening, continue fighting, and continue delivering. I will never stop working to improve our schools, strengthen our economy, support our families, protect our seniors, create opportunities for our young people, and build a government that works for everyone. So today, I ask for your partnership and one of your precious votes. Walk with me, talk with me, challenge me, hold me accountable, share your ideas, because the best solutions come from the people we serve. If you believe in progress, if you believe in results, and if you believe that the work is not yet finished, then I humbly ask for your support. Together, let's continue moving the Virgin Islands forward. I am Senator Avery L. Lewis, number 6 on the Democratic primary ballot, and I ask for your precious vote during this election process. May God bless each and every one of you, and may God continue blessing these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Meet the candidate. We're here with Senator Avery Lewis,
Hey,
and we're having an awesome conversation.
that's right. Avery Lewis, number 6 on the ballot.
Number 6 on the ballot. But before I let you continue, a couple things. I got 2 calls.
Yes.
One from a senior in Old Tutu complaining about the garbage pickup and waste management ain't been coming through. I just want to get that out. And they just want to know if there's a schedule that they need to know about, you know.
Well, yes. And let me answer that one. I from what I gather, but I could double check in Old Tutu, I think they have reduced the pickup from 2 times a week to one time now. And they also had a campaign going on about for you having the right receptacle in front of your home. So I don't think if you have that proper receptacle, they're picking it up anymore. No long gone are the days you just leave in the bag on the road and a old drum or anything. But again, Peter, just for the viewer, your listening audience,
the receptacle free?
No, I think it's $75 or something like that. But Home Depot to sell them, anybody to sell it, I mean, C-Chest to sell them and thing too. But the same waste management selling them. But that's the one thing that Peter, I'll have to tell you, being a Sigdamus administrator, is like it never stops. So it does continue out with me. So either does continue calling and making sure, because our people deserve the answers. And sometimes they just can't call in these places, they don't get nobody. And they can't get through. So again, I'll just follow up with waste management and I'll call you so you could air it, so we could answer that question.
And another senior been calling me for months, years. Lighting, street lights.
Yeah.
In Savan, by the burial ground area.
But Peter,
Bogagata.
I don't know, but before I left as the administrator, we fixed the area, right there by the graveyard. What do you call it? The graveyard in there. The graveyard. I talking about with bucket truck going reach the man, them had to go up with the old time clicks and things, and some of them iron pole where you're going Savan, them steps up there like where you live. Because one time, the governor, he went on a tour around it, anyhow.
No, but again, there's some areas.
So what I'll tell anyone, and I'm not promising, if they could assist, on the pole, there's something look like a quad size metal shape thing, and they have a number on it. If they could get me that number, I could report it to WAPA for them. I can't tell them when WAPA coming, because I don't run WAPA, but I would definitely report and keep reporting it until we could get it fixed.
Okay.
If they could help me with that, just call my office, the office of Senator Avery Lewis, and just leave it with the team. And once we could get a I'll try my best. I know one of the people who in WAPA to be real instrumental is Anthony Thomas, who's the former commissioner of property and procurement. And he really does send a team out when you call to look into those issues. So once I could get that information off the poll, we'll be able to get it. And another thing too, Peter, sometimes we have lights on the pole, but what happens is we need to get these trees trimmed because the trees are overgrown and they're blocking the illumination in the area. But just ask for the poll number for me and we good to go.
And I guess I know it may not be your area, but is there a future of solar lights
But
cutting back on electricity?
yeah, well, WAPA said they're moving into energy efficiency. But to tell you here today that I could tell you what WAPA full plan is, I really don't know. But I could inquire.
Great.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, what you doing?
Listen, tomorrow is still pounding the pavement. Tomorrow we have a special session addressing the horse racing bill where the governor sent down to bring horse racing to St. Croix. And then not just about horse racing, let's be honest, the promoter that the franchise, the promoter that wants to be part of it, the Southland Gaming of the Virgin Islands, who actually built the track in St. Thomas and, wants to expand their business here in St. Thomas. And I guess the Southland Gaming have been in this community, reinvesting in this community, and wants to continue investing in this community. And so, by way of now this bill, they want to build a horse track in St. Croix. We getting some pushback here and there, but tomorrow it'll be the day. We hear it. We hear the bill.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing tomorrow. And I think you mean tomorrow for what's else going on in the future with Avery.
Yes.
But one of the things I'll say to you, Peter, that some of the things I'll say is that Peter have been working behind the scenes and everything. Sometimes one door closed and another one open. I had a bill to expand potable water in Smith Bay. Peter, when I was administrator, there's potable water needed in Upper Content, potable water needed different places. Everybody have to make $1. But you know what? We need to ease the people a little bit sometime. So I know there's a main line running through Smith Bay already. So I proposed some legislation to use some federal funds and to expand potable water. And my colleagues say, I didn't get the support. No problem. One door closed, another one open. So did some digging. DPNR have a grant. It's called the EPA Drinking Water State Safe Water Drinking Grant, right? So I wrote a letter to Carl Knight, CEO WAPA, and said, listen, we have to try to get this grant, man. He said, well, work closely with Mr. Noel Hodge. That's who is in charge of water here for us. And we've been walking. Remember, I told you now, my bill died, and boy didn't vote for it. So the bill died now. So I live with that. So I was proposing to expand potable water in Smith Bay and put 3 fire hydrants. WAPA came and testified and said, man, we're going to need more than 3 fire hydrants. We're going to need about 42 fire hydrants and 21,000 feet of pipes because Smith Bay is a big place, condensed place, and, a lot of hills and so forth. And if you ever had to battle a fire in there, fire truck come, you got to follow up, you got to go back, So this would help. So I said, man, what are we going to do? So we started writing into the grant. And last month, Peter, God is a good God. Every morning I get up, I thank the Father God. It was approved. The EPA, the DPNR commissioner wrote back to me and said, Senator Lewis, it was approved. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your perseverance. I said, well, I'm going to wait till you tell WAPA what's going on. Shortly after, CEO Knight called me. Said, Senator, I went through, So now they're doing the engineering and so forth. Peter, estimated cost $12,773,000 one, $773,103. 12 million. Persevering, keeping on the fight. And everything got to be local dollars. That's why we have these federal dollars out there. Customer households that there's going to reach out to approximately 270 homes. That's 270 homes, That don't mean that's 270 meters. Got one house got 5 meters. Most maybe you see them the big house them more below. That's perseverance, Peter. And I ain't gonna stop. We're gonna do Smith Bay, then we move to other area. But you have to start somewhere. You can't continue just talking and grandstanding. You have to start somewhere. And that's why about. People say, why Smith Bay? Because Smith Bay already had the main line running through. True. So it's easier to tap in there. Other areas I have to put a pump station and so forth and, bail out and bust up the street. And this include repairing the street too. So we're not digging up your road alone. We're repairing it as well.
Question.
Mhm.
What's the duration of something like this happening, the timetable?
Well, they told me we're going through the engineering phase and so forth. So to completion, late 2028. Construction, we're going to begin like November 2027. After all the engineering and designing and stuff go on. And completion should be about August 2028, October 2028. So it won't happen right away. But the process have to start. Another thing that was close and dear to me that I asked, I working with Commissioner Avril George of Human Services and Director Gary Smith with the MAP program, the Medical Assistance Program. Peter, you aware of the bracelet, the medical alert bracelet?
Yes.
So what happened is we have a lot of devices here, but we can't pay for the service, the monitoring service. So I asked them, could we write it in your master plan and have the federal government pay for your MAP members? And when we have a smaller concentration that we're dealing with, then Medicaid then would see that, hey, it's working for the smaller population and we could expand it to the broader community. It's being written into the master plan as we speak. Hopefully it'll be approved. But this is what I'm going to do, continue writing letters of support and continue ushering things through, following through. Because our people deserve better in the Virgin Islands. Not just sitting and waiting for the general fund. We have to go there and be creative and reach out and call people. Another thing, not because of our address, whoever the next delegate would be, I want to work with them to make sure we could get our SSI benefits here in the Virgin Islands. Those are things what Avery Lewis want to do to help our people at the Virgin Islands.
Let me ask you one question before you jump out of here.
Yeah.
A big concern.
Mhm.
Homes.
Mhm.
Probate. People can't get it moved. And then you have these old homes, buildings, but still there's homeless people.
Yeah.
I have a problem, like everybody do.
Yeah.
It takes 12 or more years to go through probate.
Mhm.
That's abuse.
Yeah.
Mental, financial abuse.
Well, I had several meetings with the courts and I don't know, Peter. I tried. I said, my son, the one thing I heard everybody talk about is and I got preempted because I was thinking about creating a probate court. A judge in St. Thomas just designated for probate, a judge in St. Croix just St. Thomas St. John, and a judge in St. Croix just designated for probate alone. But the problem comes in is that there's so much tears to probate, and then so much family members, and so much advertising, and so much different things to go along with the probate. But it's still a work in progress. And when I do add these judge, I got to find the money, how we gonna bill it out, and so forth. So it's still a work in progress, and that's one thing I know. I'll tell anyone that I couldn't get accomplished in my first term. And another thing we were talking about the courts, I wanted to increase the amount for small claims. Right now, I think the threshold is at 10,000. I wanted to carry to 20,000. You know, sometimes you in an accident or something, you know, the cost of your vehicle, even somebody hitting your wall at your home or something. They will sit down in court all this time, you know, and we could go to small claims and so forth. You know, those are some of the things I would like to accomplish in my second term.
Well, I must tell you, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with your portfolio.
Thank you.
Love what you're doing.
And I'm going to continue fighting, Peter.
Continue what you're doing.
With God help and strength, and, you know, with the people of the Virgin Islands. Peter, I don't ask for much. But, you know, the one thing I ask them to do is walk with me, talk with me. I want them to challenge me. I want the people of the Virgin Islands to hold me accountable. You know, not just because I'm Avery Lois or Peter friend. Hold me accountable.
So let me, before I let you go, so you don't make promises?
Not the ones I can't keep.
Oh, okay. Okay, God. Okay. I just checking you.
I like to deliver.
Because some people don't make promises.
No. Not the one I can't keep.
Okay.
You know, and I'll say this here, Peter. The other day on the floor, I think for the first in my career, I really got upset with education because when school ended at Bautista Shelter, they ended with an issue with air conditioning and mold and all kind of thing. And I promised those students that when they return in the summer, from summer break, that problem going to be fixed. And now to hear that the department now having problem between them and the contractor and air conditioning order and all kind of thing, I feel let down because I promised those little faces, those little people that when they go in there. Peter, we have to make school a learning environment, conducive for learning. The children should have to worry about air conditioning, and that should be my problem, not their problem. I want that when they come in school is an inviting place. You know why? School is a place away from home, and you have to be able to be comfortable there, and not just for the students, for the teachers as well. And I'm really upset about that because I figure when these children come back, that mold problem fixed. Because they started taking out the old one them and taking, you know, Peter. Man, I feel so good when I see construction going on. We had a groundbreaking ceremony, all kind of thing. Now they're telling me, give or take October, November. Peter, we're in the hottest months of the year right here now. And the one thing I tell the commissioner, don't wait till August to come tell the parents who are going on. And let's come up with a plan B from now. Let's come up with a plan B. Because I don't, you know, I've been in a classroom. I know when a child is uncomfortable, you can't get them to study. You can't get them to function properly, you know. And it's unfair to the educators too. Their job is to come and educate so we're growing our next doctors, our next lawyers, our educators. This is why we're preparing to propel these islands forward. But we can't provide the basic classroom setting for them. But I mean, I try not to knock down education, but that one really got me upset. And I really had to put it out there. But again, I don't keep promises that I can't answer. I can't deliver on.
Well, we appreciate you for sure. Wrap up. We get a chance to wrap up and talk to
well, you know, and I like to thank the People Station, WSTA, 1340 on the dial. I'm Senator Avery Lewis, number 6 on the ballot. And I ask you for your partnership because this campaign isn't about me alone. It's about all of us. I can't do it by myself. I ask the community for their help. And if you believe that the work is not yet finished, if you believe in results, if you believe in progress, give Avery Lewis one of your humble votes, one of your precious votes. From now, early voting begins today, July 20th to July 29th. Then August 1 is the primary election day. I ask you for one of your precious votes. And if I'm successful, God, thank you, God. November 3rd in the general election, I ask you for your continued love and support. Peter, may God continue to bless you, bless these beautiful Virgin Islands, and bless all of us. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Meet the candidate, Senator Avery Lewis.
Good day, Virgin Islands. I am Senator Avery Lewis, number 6 on your primary ballot. When I asked for your support, I made one promise. I wasn't coming to the legislature just to occupy a seat. I came to make a difference, and that's exactly what I've been doing.
As long as I have the privilege of serving you, I promise that I will continue listening, continue fighting, and continue delivering. I will never stop working to improve our schools, strengthen our economy, support our families, protect our seniors, create opportunities for our young people, and build a government that works for everyone. So today, I ask for your partnership and one of your precious votes. Walk with me, talk with me, challenge me, hold me accountable, share your ideas, because the best solutions come from the people we serve. If you believe in progress, if you believe in results, and if you believe that the work is not yet finished, then I humbly ask for your support. Together, let's continue moving the Virgin Islands forward. I am Senator Avery L. Lewis, number 6 on the Democratic primary ballot, and I ask for your precious vote during this election process. May God bless each and every one of you, and may God continue blessing these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Hometown Proud.
The only station I listen to.
WSTA 1340, the People Station.